What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be working on the E36 M3 again, and we are finally going to be finishing up the interior, which is basically the next major thing that has to get done on this car. So in the last video, I went ahead and showed you guys the color of the interior because I had gotten new seat covers from lseat.com. And if you don't know what lseat.com is, I'll go ahead and throw the link down below so you guys can check them out. They're actually the sponsor of today's video. They basically remake a bunch of interiors for cars. They sell like the leather covers for interiors for a bunch of different cars like BMWs, Mercedes, all kinds of cars, especially like the older ones, because obviously the older ones tend to go bad faster, like how my interior was. So that's why I chose them for my new interior covers, because there are a couple of other companies out there that sell interior covers, but I've only heard good things about them, so I went ahead and chose them, and I'm glad I did. You guys will see that in a little bit when I show you guys the actual interior. But yeah, if you guys want your interior looking brand new again, make sure you guys check their website out. The material they use is actual real leather and not that cheap vinyl stuff that most of the upholstery shops use and charge you a crap ton for. Funny thing is, when I first got them, I actually thought they were vinyl until I took it to my upholstery guy, where he said these are actually leather and that I got a really good price for them. I know that in the last video I said that I'm probably going to be doing the upholstery myself and recovering the leathers myself, but I debated it and then I changed my mind and I ended up taking it to my upholstery guy, and he got it done fast and he got it done for a really good price. So I'm really happy about that, and I'm happy with the way they came out. Let me show you guys how they came out. So basically these are my old seats and all my old parts, but lseat.com provides all the new leathers for the seats, and these things came out insanely nice. Look how good they fit. They basically look original. And I know I showed you guys the color in the last video, but it really does not do it justice. It actually looks very, very bright on camera, but it's really not that bright. And I think the colors are gonna complement the green very well. I was debating on doing like a cinnamon color or something like that, but honestly I wanted it to be a little bit different. That's why I went with the red, and I think it came out really, really nice. The only downside is lseat doesn't provide replacements for the side door panels, but I told my upholstery guy to match it as close as possible to my seats, and he did a really good job, and he recovered all the door panel pieces as well, as you guys can see right here. So those came out amazing. If you guys remember before, those were a different color as well. They were the color of the seats, so it was either go black with those and look a little bit boring, and the black might have not matched this black right here, or just try to match it to the seats, which I'm really happy with. I think that's going to look really good in the car. And then here are the rear seats right here. They came out really good. The only issue with the rear seats is this little plastic piece on top is cracked and broken. We just super glued it just so it can stay for now, but I'm gonna be getting a new one of that and replacing that soon. There's still a lot of work to be done on the interior. Obviously you saw me lift up this piece. These are supposed to be glued in place, so I actually have to pick up some glue in order to get those set in place, because all of those pieces are separated from the door panels itself. But yeah, I still have a lot of work to do on this damn interior, besides just throwing the seats in place. Just check out how much of a mess this damn interior is right now. If you guys remember, in the last video I showed you guys the carpet right here, how it was ripped, and I told you that I'm going to be replacing this carpet, which I still am, but the only problem is I cannot find a carpet, a black clean carpet. I'm still in search of one, but I really need to get this interior together, so I just went ahead and threw a little carpet piece right there just so it doesn't look too weird, you know, because it was completely empty before and you can see the floor. But for now, that's okay. I can still throw in the interior, and later on if I find the carpet, I could just rip the interior out again, unfortunately, and then replace the carpet. But yeah, other than that, I basically need to clean up this interior really well and start fixing up those door panels. The back of these door panels are supposed to have clips on them, but the brackets had like snapped off, so I just gotta glue those brackets back into place. I went ahead and picked up some adhesive for the door panels, and I also went ahead and picked myself up a Red Bull, because you guys know the motto, a Red Bull a day keeps the doctor close by. But yeah, in other news, I went ahead and already did one of the door panels, or one of the rear panels right here. This is already stuck on there, and it's on there pretty damn good. I don't think that's gonna come off anymore. Now what I gotta do is move on to the other side of the rear panel, get that red piece glued on to that. Alright guys, so I know I made a huge mess over here, but I'm finally about to be finished with these door panels. So I finished with that door panel already. Everything is basically glued back onto there and they're not going anywhere. Also went ahead and glued that, but I had to use a different type of glue for that one, so that has to be clamped for a little while. I'll probably leave that clamped for like 24 hours. And then for this one, these were so broken into a bunch of pieces that I had to super glue them first, and then I'll go ahead and epoxy them onto here. So that's probably going to be a while until that's dried up, but I'll go ahead and do that off camera. But yeah, this door panel is almost complete as well. Went ahead and finished both of the rear door panels. Those are looking really good and matching up great with the seats. So now I'm just going to let everything dry up good, and I'll just wait till tomorrow to go ahead and install everything onto the car. Alright guys, today is a new day. Yesterday I went ahead and let everything dry up. Now today I'm going to go ahead and install those black door handles right there onto the door panels, and then glue these panel pieces finally so we could get these door panels all finished up. Check this out guys, I finally got the front door panels all finished up. Went ahead and threw the new door handles on there, both sides. I also threw the new speakers on there as well, so those are looking really good. The old ones were like all cracked up around the bezels and stuff like that, so those are finally good to go. They obviously need a little bit of cleanup. I'll clean those up when they're finally on the car, but for now that's fine. So now I'm finally gonna move on to the installation of these parts. I'm gonna start off in the back, get the entire rear end assembled, and then I'll slowly move on to assembling the front. Guys, just check out how good this rear end came out. All the door panels went on, the seats went on. Basically the rear of the car is complete finally. There's only one thing that I still need to do, and that's change this like plastic bezel that goes around the seatbelt, because that one's broken. But I could change that later on whenever. But yeah, for now, the rear end is finally complete. Alright guys, so I got a lot of the center console pieces back in there, and all the buttons and stuff are all plugged back in. There's just a few more things I still have to do, like get this rear ashtray piece, which I'm missing, so I'll just get that from my parts car. And then obviously the e-brake boot and the shift boot are missing, but that's only because I went ahead and got some new ones. So these are like Alcantara with like the M stripes on it. All I have to do is use these old bezels from the e-brake boot and the shift boot and put these new ones on there. But the problem is this shift boot bezel is broken, so I have to fix that first, and then I'll go ahead and glue these pieces on there. Alright guys, so in that last clip you saw me finish up the shift boot and the e-brake boot, and it's actually the next day, so they're all dried up and ready to go. Today I actually went ahead and went to the junkyard and picked up a few parts. I got a pretty clean rear ashtray because we were missing one, and I also went ahead and picked up one of these shift boots from the junkyard as well because we were missing that. Another thing that I really wanted to do was change out the door handles, because the old door handles, as you can see, are chrome, and I don't like the way those are gonna look because there's literally like no chrome on the interior. So I also picked up some black door handles, so I'll be throwing these on as well. One more thing I forgot to mention is I went ahead and picked up a new shift knob as well. It's like a ZHP style shift knob, so I'll be throwing this in as well. But yeah, right now I'm just gonna go ahead and start throwing all those little pieces and stuff back into place and start piecing this interior together little by little. Check this out guys, I went ahead and basically installed all the center console and dash pieces. Got the new Alcantara e-brake boot on. I also threw a new e-brake handle on because the old one was really messed up. Got this new Alcantara shift boot on and the shift knob. Went ahead and threw this under panel on that I had taken off earlier. Went ahead and threw the glove box on, and there was an under panel there too that I threw on. So it's coming together pretty fast and pretty nice, to be honest. Now I want to finally work on getting these door panels in place, but before I could do that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw these new handles on. The door panels are finally on, guys. Just check out how good those things came out. Just check that out. Mashed up with the rear door panels. That much closer to being done. So now that I got everything else in place, all I gotta do is throw these front seats back in place. Alright guys, I finally got this interior all finished up. There's only a few more things, like I mentioned before, that I still have to do, like that rear little plastic piece. I still have to put these little side trims on, which I have it. I just haven't thrown them on yet. I haven't wiped anything down, so the dash and like everything is still pretty damn dirty, and the door panels are even still dirty. But just check out how good these seats and everything came out. I know I keep saying this, but it looks so bright on camera. I just wish you guys can see it in person. It's really not that bright. Let me know if you guys think the red complements the green. I personally like it because it's different, and I know a lot of people would go like peanut butter or something like that with the green, but I honestly like it. I mean, you can't go wrong with this interior. Just check that out. Look at how good that looks, guys. Door panels are all back in. All the seats are back in. Everything's functioning correctly. But yeah, other than that, this interior is finally complete. With that being said, thank you guys for watching the video. As always, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm, because that helps a lot. And comment what you guys think of the interior on the E36. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the next video, because we're finally going to be buttoning up all the little things left on the car. We might even finish the car in the next video. I don't know exactly yet. If anything, it'll be 2 videos, but make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I almost forgot to mention, huge shout out to LC.com for sponsoring today's episode, because without them, this interior would not have been possible and it would not have came together that fast. The quality of their material and everything and their service is top notch. I'll have the link down below in the description. Check them out. They might have some seat covers for your car. Most of the BMWs they do have, so just go to their website, check them out. I'll have the link down below. And without further ado, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.